What is up, everybody? Thanks for joining me. This is Jay Dumont, your host, bringing you episode 39 of Let's Nerd with Pathfinder Kingmaker. And in this episode, I've decided I think I'm going to head back to the capital, because I think we've pretty much exhausted most of the exploration around here. And I think I want to try to rank up, spend 14 days ranking up one of my advisors. So we're going to start with that and then see if anything comes from, any issues arise, or Tristan finds more out about the Kingdom of the Cleanse and stuff like this. So pretty sure I can send Octavia to be ranked up. Or is she doing cheap publicity? She's doing cheap publicity. Jubilas. Excuse me. So we can't spend time with Octavia. Can't spend time with Jubilas. We can spend time with Tristan, but he's already pretty good. Jod. How long for this curse? 5 days. So I really don't see much else to do except maybe skip a day or two. Success. The advisor's people hunted the gambler down and chased him from the region at full gallop. Now the local population can return to their lives untroubled by tricksters. So we got economy +3. One more point and we'll be able to rank up there. I guess we can pass 3 days. Something strange is happening in the region. Residents are complaining of strange misfortune. Someone must be casting spells to harm the barony's subjects. The reason and the culprit must be discovered. That's not going to happen. Let's get cheap publicity done. Oh, success. The bards listened carefully to the advisor's suggestions, and then they took to the road. Now songs of praise can be heard in taverns across the barony. Communities over 40, loyalty, culture. Awesome. Oh. Success. This case proves beyond any reasonable doubt that words possess true power. Even a person with no magic ability at all can place a curse upon someone even without knowing what they're doing. This research has increased our understanding of arcane and divine magic. Great. A visitor waits inside the castle. Let's see what they want. Shall we? Willis Gunderson, a plump man in his 30s, approaches you. His hair is untidy, road dust covers his worn clothes, and his boots have seen better days. The stranger speaks to you in unusually high-pitched voice. Your Grace, I demand justice. Crime in the barony is on the rise. The man shakes his clenched fist and drops his hands helplessly. In open daylight I was tricked, robbed, and if that weren't enough, humiliated. A gang of local thugs tricked me into trusting them. They found out about my possessions and disappeared with my treasures. I sent them to the island on Candlemere 3 days ago and they just vanished into thin air. I beg you, find these scoundrels and retrieve my treasure. I'll pay a handsome sum to be sure these villains are brought to justice. Who are you? Willis Gunderson, your grace. I'm a scientist, an explorer, an adventurer, and a renowned expert in treasures and artifacts of virtually every era and culture. Jubilas eyes Willis up and down. So many titles for a single piece of mediocrity. Willis blushes and pretends that he just noticed the gnome. This is Sir Narthropple. You're here. What a nice surprise. Oh, really? In case you hadn't noticed, I've been here from the start. Or perhaps after the open lecture in the foray Logos and Absalom, you've lost not only the rest of your mind, but also your eyesight? Willis straightens his jacket indignantly and lifts his chin. I see your manners haven't improved since last we met. Well, happily, I no longer consider you the beacon of knowledge you once were. You can joke however you like. I'm above such discourse. Jubilas grins. The only thing that puts you above me is your size, Willis. And even that isn't so impressive for a human. Willis's face turns dark red and his eyes start to twitch. Pressing his lips tightly, he turns back to you. Tell me about those who tricked you. They were a trio I hired to retrieve my possessions from Candlemere Island. Turned out to be a bunch of tricksters. You must know the place, in the center of the lake with the ancient temple ruins. So they took my money, jumped into the boat, and whoosh, gone with the wind. So many days have passed and not a single word from them. And they had the nerve to call themselves a paladin and a cleric. Scum is what they really are. Willis stamps the ground in anger. Can you tell me more about them? A ranger, a paladin of Irori, and a cleric of Nethys. You know, the two-faced god. Frankly speaking, that one gave me the creeps from the very beginning. Half of those servants of Nethys are real psychos. Today they agree to help you, and tomorrow they change their minds at the drop of a hat. And this one played his tricks on me, too. A paladin of Irori. Known as the Master of Masters, the Enlightened One, and the Perfect Human, is the god of enlightenment, self-perfection, knowledge, healing, and inner strength. His followers claim he was once a mortal who achieved absolute physical and mental perfection and thus attained divinity of his own volition. He is one of the core gods, if not the most powerful deity, of the Vudrani pantheon, but he has an increasing following in the inner sea region as well. And a cleric of Nethys, known as the All-Seeing Eye, is a Garundi god who holds knowledge and magic above all things. He gained enough power to witness all things, and this both fueled his divinity and shattered his mind. He's a god of magic, torn between destroying the world with one hand and saving it with the other, thus the two-faced god. A paladin and a cleric who willingly took a job running errands for you? Sounds strange if you ask me. Willis mulls over your words for some time. You know, your grace, when I mentioned the old temple, they exchanged a glance, like I was talking about some hidden treasure. I was such a fool. I should have realized from the start that they had their own agenda. As you wish, whatever you need to catch these thieves. You don't seem like a local. Why would you keep these possessions of yours on the island in the middle of Candlemere Lake? Willis bites his lip, as if caught doing something wrong. Well, you see, these aren't exactly my possessions right now. It's just, I learned from the locals about the ruins of an ancient temple on the island. And everyone knows where there's a temple, there's always the hope of some treasure. Willis rubs his palm. Zuh. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you believe that some sacred relics from the temple of an unknown deity belong to you? By what right? By the right of finding. I dug up all the stories about the temple. I hired the crew. I pointed out where to start the search. Besides, no harm done. No one ever really goes there anyway. There aren't many volunteers willing to visit a cursed island. Noticing the change in your face, Willis restrained himself. Oop, I'm just talking gibberish. Heard some gossip somewhere, and here I am, spilling it all on you. The man utters a phony giggle, then gulps. It's nothing, your grace. Just a big fat load of nothing. Some empty talk about someone sacrificing someone else there. And as for the ghostly lights, I'm sure there's a rational explanation for that. Same with the flash of light over the ruins. Which deity was this temple dedicated to? Who cares? Willis interrupts himself and sighs. I don't know. I never asked. All I heard is that long ago the locals used to perform some rituals there, dedicated to some ancient deity. Some rituals, some ancient deities. Now that's what I call getting into details. With deep knowledge like that, you could easily write a book. You could call this opnum magnum of yours some encyclopedia. Someone offered sacrifices there, and I suppose we're not talking about animal sacrifices? Willis shrugs reluctantly. The locals say something about that being why the place is cursed. What ghostly lights are you talking about? The lights were strange, you know. Willis frowns as if recalling something. They were brighter than fireflies in different colors. You can see them even from the shore. During the day, they're barely visible, but at night, people say they're the restless souls of those who met their deaths on the island. Succeeded at knowledge arcana check. Oh, you can see the rolls. Very nice. Seems like Willis is talking about will-o-wisps, malevolent creatures made of light that feed on fears and other negative emotions. You mentioned a flash of light over the ruins. Did you see it with your own eyes or just hear about it from someone else? I saw it with my own eyes, and just recently, almost blinded me, like half the island suddenly burst into flames. When the locals saw it, they fell to their knees and started to pray. They said that the old god had returned. Willis scoffs. Dimwits. What else would you expect from them? Says the king of dimwits. Guess that's all I need to know about the island. Fine, I'll try to figure it out. Willis sighs relieved. Praise Desna. Don't let those scoundrels leave with my treasure. If you manage to learn something new, please let me know. I'm staying at the tavern in the center of town. That's where I'll wait for the good news. Willis bows and steps back from you without straightening back up. Alright, so now we have an adventure to take place in. Take place in an adventure. Adventure to do. Candlemere Lake. So we got +1 relations for meeting with the visitor. Let me quick save here. Whoops. Alright, we can come back and do that. Let's go ahead and send a party out to Candlemere. Then when I come back, I can do a rank up project. Shouldn't take too long to discover what's going on at Candlemere. Nothing new with the storyteller. So I just passed those few days because there really seemed like nothing much to do. Didn't seem like very wise to go out and explore. Could have went to Varnhold, but Varn must know we have some important things in the barony to do first. And let's go check out Candlemere. This will be a pretty big adventure, I reckon. Let's make sure we have enough camping supplies. I think it's safe to sell the long spear +1. Served us well. 8 camping supplies, so let's buy 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Bum, bum, bum. I wonder if I should take Jubilos along for this. Seems Seems to be his kind of thing. Who would I replace though? Since it's gonna be will-o-wisps, it seems, we'll want to keep Harem for protection from energy. Amiri for her killing power. Alright, so he gets a new discovery and poison resistance. Gains a +2 on all saving throws against poison at +6 at 8th level. Alright, what will be his new discovery? Fast bomb seems good. Quickly create enough bombs to throw more than one in a single round. Alchemist can prepare and throw additional bombs as a full round action if the base attack bonus is high enough to grant him additional attacks. 2 claw attacks and a bite attack. No. Force bombs. Inflict force damage. 1d4 plus 1d4 for every odd numbered level. Creatures take a hit from a force bound or knocked prone unless they succeeded a reflex save. Those sound pretty good. Evil creatures that take a direct hit from a holy bomb must succeed a fortitude save or be staggered on their next turn. No effect on good aligned creatures. Subject to a targeted dispel magic spell using the alchemist level as the caster level. This cannot be used to target a specific spell effect. Cognitigen. Create heightens mental ability scores. Choking bombs. Exposes the creatures around it to choking gas. Creatures that take a direct hit or on the splash must succeed a fortitude save or become nauseated for 1 round per 1d6 damage the alchemist bomb would usually inflict. Blinding bombs. Creatures that take a direct hit are blind for 1 minute unless they succeeded a fortitude save. Might be ideal. Ooh, explosive bombs. Radius of 10 feet rather than 5. They catch fire each round till the fire is extinguished. I like fast bombs. Just sling those things out there. Well, I guess throwing the bombs is dexterity. Let's do that. Not sure why he needs stealth. And he gets a level 3 spell. Check what we've been giving him so much for displacement, haste, cure wounds, cure moderate wounds. Let's give him protection from arrows, communal. Gain damage reduction 10 against ranged weapons. Boom. Now he gets a feat. Clustered shots. Carefully aim your shots, causing them all to nearly strike the same spot. When you use a full attack to make multiple ranged weapon attacks, total damage from all hits before applying that opponent's damage reduction. -1 on ranged attack rolls to gain a +2 on damage rolls. 4 additional bombs per day. Let's give him extra bombs. It's either extra bombs or weapon focus bombs. Another level 3. All ally within 30 feet become temporarily immune to poison. Let's give him that too. Give him spells that can become useful at any point. Now we need to give him some stuff to work with. A little helmet to wear. Burning Hands. What level is that? Caster level 44. She can use that with a skill check. She's up in their krill. So who am I not going to take then? Jaethal? Going to leave Jaethal behind. I don't think he actually needs any of that. I think he's going to stay in the back throwing bombs, so he's just fine. We'll see how this works.
I'll go ahead.
Try that. Christian's quest led him to the Kingdom of the Cleanse, an evil cult controlled by a mysterious priest known as the First Faithful. According to messages from a strange goddess, all the woes of the stolen lands are caused by a curse that lies on the Baron. An attempt at one of their gatherings ended badly, to say the least. To Candlemere we go. Oh, we don't have the perception. Dang, Flabbit, let's... do our quick save here. Stolen lands are dangerous. Investigate your surroundings, gather any clues. Alright, so Jubilos is already ready to go. From Jaethal, let's take the Eyes of Perception. Eyes of the Eagle and put them on Sirius. Good enough. Bum, 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 bum. So he's going to be throwing extra bombs and fast bombs, which is pretty cool. And as long as we keep him in the back, away from harm's way, he should be alright with 15 AC, hopefully. Wonder if I should have given him some form of armor. Some diseases, poisons, and spells can deal damage directly to your character's ability score. You can use Lesser Restoration or similar spells to heal the damage. Camping can heal ability damage at a rate of 1 per level. Let's for the island. A boat is pulled ashore, oars are neatly stashed inside. Alright, so they left some food behind. Coals are already cold. And a note. Note wrapped in an oiled leather. We came to this island at dusk, decided to spend a night at the shore and go inland at dawn. We've seen some lights floating over the underbrush. For some reason they don't approach, keep their distance from us. Tomorrow we'll head for the ruins. The cleric and the paladin who hired me to guide them keep aloof. They exchange whispers about something hidden in these ruins and fall silent as soon as I come close. We've come here to search for treasures for a man called Gunderson, but these two seem to have some plans of their own. It would bother me less if Rimzel wasn't a cleric of Nethys. People say that the moods and methods of his followers change as often as those of their two-faced god. For now, at least the cleric behaves nicely, except for constant frantic speeches about the ruins. Anyways, Britt is a paladin of Aurori, so I guess I can rely on his sense of justice. We've heard about strange things that take place on the Candlemere Lake. A few days ago, local folk saw a brief flash of light over the tower at the island, and no one could explain what it was. Another strange thing I witnessed myself. When we were coming to the island in our boat, I noticed an old geezer on the shore, and this island is thought to be deserted. I guess the geezer saw us too because he disappeared. I would track the old hermit down, but I don't dare to leave this campsite unattended. Can't help thinking this island is really cursed, as locals used to say. If the curse is just a fable, and if Rimzel doesn't try any tricks, we'll come back here and I'll take this note away. And if you find this note, traveler, hop on your boat, go back where you came from. Arastal bless me, Mori Folkry.
I see something.
Oh. Potion of bull strength. She can equip that. So can she. Jubilee Silas can, I guess, can at least equip a robe. Getting low FPS in this area for some reason. There it goes again. Oh, snap. Or wisp. Nice bomb throw, Jubilost. Already he's damaged though. So it seems like this would be a good time
Was lost in thought.
to cast protection from energy. Which, can we give it to him? Resist energy communal. Resist electricity. Resist that for 10 minutes.
I've spotted something.
Nice. Wand of Crushing Despair, caster level 7. Each affected creature takes a -2 on attack rolls, saving throws, ability checks, skill checks, and weapon damage rolls. Wow. Not a bad find.
I shall not fail. I'll go ahead.
Stay focused, Asirius.
To victory!
And those bombs work well against them. They're a bit hard to hit.
The end draws near.
The end does not draw near, Harem. Torn damp page. I've described the plant and the wound it caused as soon as I could. I hope in the future I'll be able to show these notes to some druid to learn more about this stuff. I should have known better than to go into a bush thicket. The slope was The slope was steep, and it was dangerous to climb her anyway, even if these lights creatures won't bother us. Rimsel started to behave strangely early this morning. He acted like a real madman, made me search for the shortcut to the ruins, then refused to heal me when I got wounded by the thorn. Damn priest constantly pushes us ahead. Supposedly he had a message from Nethys himself, and while his god is waiting for him in the tower, the cleric has no time for petty matters. Starting to believe all those rumors about the followers of Nethys and their unreliability were true. I wanted to turn back and leave the gold where it belongs, but Britt persuaded me to keep moving forward. According to him, this Gunderson guy has got the wrong meaning of the word treasure. The paladin is convinced that the treasure, which really is hidden in the tower, is some priceless magic knowledge left there by ancient dwellers of the island. But he's not sure he can get to the place through the thickets without my help. If I had it my way, I'd just leave this mess as it is. I seriously doubt our client is interested in some dusty old books. But this argument won't work for the cleric who worships a god of magic and the paladin who serves a god of knowledge. Britt tried to heal my wound by himself. As a result, it is almost closed but still stings bitterly. Hope it's a passing side effect, because at least for now I have no way back. Alright, so...
We'll do it the hard way.
Man, his bombs are good, but he only has 4 more of them. Alright, so slash or wade through. Or climb. Let's try climb. Amiri. Beautiful. Through this door of perception, I guess.
Who will prevail?
Whoa!
Does it matter?
Not bad. Jubilas is effectively out of bombs, but that's okay. So we found the shortcut up here. I'm going to be right back. We're back. Alright, so let's see if we can pass a knowledge arcana check. Pass. The weathered relic worn down by time and the elements bears a faint inscription. The inscription is jagged and uneven as if written by a trembling hand. Past, present, future, all are one in him. Is the key and guardian of the gate where spheres meet. Enshagog Yog Sothoth Nga Yastath. Word.
The path is clear.
Oh,
Could be worse. And will be.
thank goodness for that protection from energy. 20 minutes, actually. Oh, Harem went down? That was unexpected. Ancient Will-o-the-Wisp. It must have really hit hard.
Require healing.
Wow. The stone is covered with drawings of jagged black spirals. Take some yummy edible moss. Wow, Harem got rocked pretty good there. Can we actually go down here? Yes. Alright. Well, I guess it's time to rest. We head inside. These rations will definitely camouflage. Onion soup seems good. Jubilost, effective management. Jubilost organizes all the party members, offering the most efficient ways to perform camping. The camping time is reduced by an hour. Sure, why not?
You're always the first to get into fights, as if there are no fighters in the party except you.
Why not? I know there are others, but it's the custom. The best fighter is always in the front row.
True. Oh, who's that? A dead warrior in full armor with a very holy symbols lies on the ground. He was backstabbed by the priest of Nethys. Ragged, meaningless scribbles. Okay.
I did as you asked.
There was a closed portal in the center of the room. It seems it was used not long ago. Who are you? A man stands in the center of a half-ruined hall. He is motionless. His eyes are closed, head tilted as if he was listening to something inaudible. He's clad in tattered black and white robe, though mud and dust made his clothes look almost uniformly gray. Hearing your footsteps, the man shudders and turns abruptly. The left part of his face is covered in blood and dirt. Seeing you, he gives a low growl in his throat. Trespassers! He spits on the ground. Are you so eager to die? Who are you? The man stares at you for several moments, then he suddenly grins and raises his eyebrows in mockery. Who am I? Oh, soon the whole world will know my name. The man straightens and raises his hands to the sky. Two-faced Rizmel, keeper of the gates, harbinger of Nethys. I have many names, and you shall pay fealty to them all. The all-seeing eye has brought me here, to this sanctuary of magic. Others came, but they did not survive the trials. I am the only one who hears the word of Nethys and can open the gates for him. Then the all-seeing eye will reward his chosen. I will become a lord in his new era. Rimsel's eyes turn glassy and dull as he keeps talking, and his speech becomes a stream of barely understandable words. It's impossible to distinguish which part of his ramblings is true and which represents his delirious fantasies. Nonetheless, the madman seems to lose interest in attacking you right now. An enchanted sanctuary, gates to other worlds. They are here in these ruins? Silence, Rimsel roars. You're too blind to see what surrounds you. Vibrant, bright, glorious to those who have embraced the arcane and mastered its power. Rizmel's voice drops, and his eyes become unfocused. Nethys himself led me here. His voice rings in my head, calling from the portal. All these writings, all these wandering lights. Only the blind cannot see the coming of the all-seeing eye. Rimzel's voice drops to a hiss. So watch your tongue. The moment nears where I open the portal and let Nethys into this world. Fear my lord's wrath, for there will be no escape for blasphemers. Some say this place is cursed. Cursed? Rizmel bursts into hysterical laughter. Only fools can claim this place is cursed. On the contrary, this tower, this portal, is a true blessing for those who can grasp its real greatness. Will-o-wisps roam the island. How did you get past them? Will-o-wisps don't devour flesh, they feed on suffering and fear. The island is full of them, since the times when this temple was sanctified with human blood. Besides, there was no fear in my heart, only joy and awe, for I was to meet my God and Master. Where are the others you came here with? Who? Rizmel ponders your words for a moment. Ah, you're talking about those who came to the island with me. They are gone. One of them gave up halfway here. I know nothing of his fate. And the second, the miserable creature, he... Rizmel closes his eyes as if fighting to control his temper. He kept talking, how knowledge must belong to everyone. Wisdom should be shared. About telling others about this place. He kept talking and talking. Rizmel falls still for a moment, so I silenced him. Rizmel, no matter if this island is cursed or not, you're not in your right mind. You don't know what you're doing. Rizmel shuts his eyes and slowly opens them. How dare you? He hisses through clenched teeth. Nethys himself guides me. How dare you judge a chosen one of the all-seeing eye? Succeeded at a lore religion check. Can we see the roll on that? Yes, we rolled a 4. Plus 16. As you listen to Rizmel, you can't stop frowning. Something is clearly not right, not just with the man, but with his words. Nethys, the mad deity of magic and wizardry, never speaks directly to his followers. His followers take pride in this, for their god is much too great to lower himself to such base forms of expression. Whoever or whatever Rizmel heard beyond the portal, it is not Nethys. Listen to yourself. Nethys speaks to me. Nethys has chosen me. You know your god does not waste his time on mortals. How long are you going to lie to yourself, claiming the voice in your head belongs to Nethys? Rizmel's voice trembles. But it's just... He averts his eyes and falls silent. I am the chosen one. Rizmel shakes his head. I knew it always. The chosen one. Different from the others. His voice falters. Near the tower entrance lies a paladin, dead, stabbed in the back. You betrayed him by giving in to your own ambition and pride. So who are you after all you've done, Rizmel? Rizmel crosses his arms. What do you want to know? His voice is dull and listless. As you look at him, Rizmel's face changes. The obsessive gleam in his eyes gives way to astonishment and terror. He throws a haunted look at his surroundings and touches his face, and stares dully at the blood and dirt on his fingers. What? What have I done? Great Nethys, what nightmare is this? This can't be. I failed you. Misled by illusions. Darkness took my mind, and I... Rizmel utters a heartbreaking cry and buried his face in his hands. When he finally lifts his head, his eyes are full of tears. How can I atone for this? All I've done... His voice is a choked whisper. It's not possible. Rizmel blinks his tears away and turns to the portal as if recalling it is still there. But the voice that urged me to open the gates. He falls silent for a moment. It still sounds inside my head, but it is not Nethys. No, it's not him. It's something else. The man turns back to you. I would never be able to repay you for your help, stranger, but I must ask you about one more thing. Will you help me to confront the creature that waits beyond the portal? I'll be able to open it and let this thing come to Galarian. We have to destroy it before it finds some new prey. Rizmel covers his eyes. When we're done with this, I'll stay here and make sure no living soul ever falls victim of this island. We know nothing about the creatures waiting on the other side. Give me some time to get ready. I'll wait for you. Don't waste your time. Alright, so... should definitely bless up. Should take a dexterity mutagen. Cast displacement. No, not yet.
Ready and willing.
I am your shield.
Everyone counts on me. So, Taya. So, Taya. So, Taya.
Alright, let's do it. Mel returns to you. I am waiting for you. I'm ready to face whatever lies beyond this portal. Rizmal takes a deep breath. Praise Nethys! He turns to the portal. It's time to end this.
To the dust you will go.
Duke Dazzleflare. The portal is opened again. Help me. Alright. You acrobatically move away. Still focused on him. Oh, he's dead. Wow.
Our duty calls.
Not bad. Are you sure you want to stay here on this island? Rizmal Pale nods. This is my penance. Someone must keep watch over the portal. I won't let anyone else die here or become enslaved by temptation. Now if your mind's clearer, tell me about this place. Rizmal casts a glance at the ancient tower. This is the place where two worlds connect. The border is razor thin, so it gave birth to a portal. Now it's sealed, but he rubs his forehead. When I was performing a ritual here, I noticed it's easy to open it. Someone must have used this portal before, and not too long ago. The man who sent me to this island claimed there were treasures here. Rizmal gives an eloquent look to the half-ruined tower, dusty stones and the grass that sprouts through the stone floor. I guess this man was wrong. Locals claim the island is cursed. Cursed? Definitely not. The tower is full of magic, but cursed, he looks aside. Unless you call a clouded mind a curse of sorts. Can you seal the portal permanently? Rizmal shakes his head. Alas, I am not able to do it. The only thing I can do is become a guardian of this portal to the end of my days. Thank you, I've learned all I wished. Whatever you say. I'll leave you be. Farewell. Duke Dazzleflare. Cypress Queen's flute.
The road awaits.
You require my assistance?
Duke Dazzleflare. Let's just see if anything in here is worth coming here for. Okay, that's the way we came in. Harem nearly died again. Why is Harem so susceptible?
Magrigium Turinos. Magrigium Turinos.
3 moonstones. Sweet syrup.
Tread lightly.
Guess we'll come down here. Is this the door we arrived at? Ooh, unidentified heavy shield. Some gold.
My search was not in vain.
Well done, Harem. Take out the Dryad. So now the goal is just to get out of here without Harem dying. And also to finish exploring the island. Seems like the doorway we came in. So there was another, not a doorway, but there was another path this way. Let's see where this leads.
Enemy near.
Uh-oh. Get on him. It's an ancient one.
Consider provoked.
If you get right on top of them, they can't cast their magic so easily.
My skills exceed yours.
Someone's dead here. Dirty travel log. Only the last page is readable. Left me behind. I begged them to stay. Rismo doesn't care. Nethys has turned the dark face to him, so the cleric is lost to us. Britt promised to come back, but it's been a long time since he left, and he hasn't showed up yet. I just hope the paladin has survived and managed to save himself at least. These are the last words of my log. The wound is festering. Some yellow stuff oozes from it. I couldn't climb the rock and reach the ruins. Guess now I won't be able to stand. My skin burns and I barely can breathe. I'll die on this cursed island, and no one will ever know where I've spent my last hours. Left alone, but I'm not alone. Damned lights in the underbrush, they are closer now. I'm not delirious, they came for my death. Lights watch, want my pain. Erastil, take my soul. Rest in peace. Mori. Mori folk cry. Who's this dead guy? Oh. ancient will-o-wisps. Chocolate token of the dryad. Who's this poor soul? The old geezer?
Where is the lavish dining, the festivals? Place barely merits a footnote in my compendium.
Now is not the time, Jubilast. Chaos Shard. This +2 dagger has a chance to confuse an enemy on a hit. Sometimes the reflection of a grimacing face appears in the blade. I guess that's the old geezer then. I've heard this place complained a lot about too. About how these encounters are unfair, they send too many will-o-wisps at you or something. In a normal Pathfinder campaign, this would be just blasphemy for a DM to do this or something. I don't know, seems alright to me. Just have to prepare for the circumstances. And I wonder if it's a feature that interactables light up without pressing tab now. Seems like that's the case, but I'm not 100% sure. Keep pressing tab to see, but oh, little ducky. Marty won't step on you. He's a kind mastodon. Alright, well I guess that's the island then. No sweat. Let's go tell Willis what happened. What you talking about, Willis? No treasure on this island. 3 people died here. 2 people. Well, that was cool. Got some XP and whatnot. Research into the nature of curses Candlemere. Villagers believe the lake is cursed, or the island of the center of it at least, or at the very least a tower on the island. Surely, if nothing else, the tower must be cursed. Alright, well I'm gonna head in here and probably do some ranking up now. Let's head to the tavern first. Rumors say some greater power helped him rise to power and hide any traces of villainy and trickery. King Castruccio Iravetti. Oh, cool music. Wish the mercenaries you made could be used for advisor positions too, and had banter, like generic party banter. Willis raises his head and gives you a nervous smile. My Baron, I was waiting for you. Any news? I visited the cursed island. It swarms with monsters. The ranger and the paladin are dead, and the cleric of Nethys left in voluntary exile. The ruins are completely empty, no treasures. For several moments, Willis is silent, trying to wrap his head around what you said. He finally shudders and hugs himself as though he suddenly grew cold. That means, he gulps, that means the curse really exists. His eyes meet yours, right? You know, it just occurred to me, you sent those poor souls to the island, right? So it was you who doomed them and sent them to certain death, and then you sent me there as well. So now I have to spend my own resources paying for a purification ritual, and you're just going to leave like nothing happened? Succeeded. Willis's jaw drops. What? But I just... Man seems to shrink in terror. No, of course not, Your Grace. I'll compensate you now. Here, Your Grace. Willis digs a pouch full of coins from his pocket and hands it to you, barely avoiding dropping on the ground. Here, this must be enough. Wow, not bad. Willis looks around, slapping his pockets. Seem I've had no luck with this island. No profits at all. Guess I should move further to the east. People say the Tours of Lebanese have plenty of places where an inquisitive mind might find something of value. And right now, if you don't mind, I could use a drink. Excellent. Let's go up and visit Jaethal and see if she did anything with that undead girl. Speak. I want to speak with you about what happened at the Elven camp. Of course, it was an interesting experience. Seems to me the experience changed you. Yes, that's true. It's strange I do not think more about who might have killed me. I should crave revenge, but I do not. Time and again I remember the moment when the power of my gift brought that young elf back from the dead. It was exciting. For the second time in my life I felt her divine presence and the power of my gift. Power itself. Isn't unlife a wonderful blessing? By my own will I can wrest someone's beauty out of time and into eternity to preserve them in this world forever. I understand you. There's a frightening beauty in unlife, the beauty of power, the beauty of being able to ignore the laws that rule over all living things. I will say that. I am surprised at how deeply you can see. I shall ponder your words. Perhaps they will show me the way. Before raising that elf woman as undead, you said she looked like Nordalara. Who is that? Ah, that is my daughter. Did I mention her earlier? I should say her resemblance turned out to be superficial. Norde would not have reacted so cowardly if she rose as undead. I was a good enough teacher to raise her strong, restrained, sensible, and able to evaluate her situation before acting. She would have weighed everything thoughtfully rather than immediately pleading for death. Enough about that. Thank you for the conversation. Undead elf. A living soul imprisoned in a dead body. Is this all I am now? Figured I would side with Jaethal a bit, although not sure I want those words to lead her. Who knows what that'll mean in the long run.
Path is clear.
Sure. Who claims the land, claims its pain and its death. Still wish I would have kept that prophet around. Could have hired him on as my official prophet. Every good barony needs a madman, crazy prophet. Tristan, any news?
I'll go ahead.
Greetings, Your Grace. Be sure to keep alternate weapons and spells at hand. We already do that. I like Jubilus and his bombs. Maybe we'll use him for a while. Let's see if he knows about the Cypress Queen's flute. Storyteller. Same stuff. Let's do some kingdomly duties. Alright, it's the 11th and no events. Accursed things. BP, 60 days to solve. Davic Nettle. Let's research into the nature of Davic Nettle. For 50 BP. Oink. And let's rank up Octavia for 14 days. See what happens. Something strange is happening in the region. Residents are complaining of strange misfortunes. Someone must be casting spells to harm the barony subject. The reason the culprit must be discovered. Claim the North Narrow Marches. So accursed thing seems pretty important. I have Jihad working on that curse. Alright, so let's send... Let's send Jihad. Oh, I can't cancel that? No. Back to the autosave. So he has to roll 9 or better. 50% chance. I think I'm going to level up Octavia. And then, well, we'll see. Wasn't that she wanted some bacon. In Amiri's tribe, a fight with a wild animal was a sort of initiation ritual. Success, but a fail. Oh, success. The advisor agents traced the source of the corruption. All the harmful items were purchased from Nazriel, the weaponsmith. Divine +4, Arcane +1. What is up with that? 225. Nature's Rage. Animals are flying into inexplicable rages. Wild beasts emerge from the woods to attack people, livestock try to kick their owners, and even loyal dogs bite the hands that feed them. Someone must find the cause of these strange events and put a stop to them. A bumper harvest. This year the gods smiled upon the peasants. The grain crops are doing well and stocks are bowing to the ground under the weight of the food they bear. Such fortune is rare. Who will decide what to do with the sun and love? 221 BP. If we can increase culture by 2. What's up with Nazriel though? Our weapons are causing great strife. Museum, +3 culture if a royal museum has been opened at the barony. Mansion gives a little bit of everything. Maybe we should put a mansion in there. A brothel. Let's look at other areas. Oh, we can't really raise culture much. Other spots. What is up with Nazriel though? Nazriel's open workshop. Requires town, so this wouldn't work then, right? Because this is still a village. No, can't upgrade that. We build anything that brings culture to the place. There's already a dance hall. Is there a longhouse? Or should I build a mansion? Or should I build both? +1 economy, 1 built to a longhouse. Let's put a longhouse right there. 159 BP. I don't want to dip too low in BP, so the mansion will probably have to wait. Send Tristan for this job. Nature's Rage. Jubilaus for the Bumpers Harvest. Oh, Jihad isn't looking into a curse right now? That's right. Let's upgrade Jihad. Let's see what happens. Success. Triumph. The treasurer managed to sell the exit grain at a very favorable price. The restless people of Galt never have enough food. Economy plus 6, 10 BP. Monster sightings. The locals are terrified. Their lands have become a beacon for all variety of monsters. There have been multiple owlbear and wyvern sightings in the area. You can send Casil to handle that. The Ambeth Travelers sent an interesting offer. Let's go see what the offer is in our serene kingdom. I think there's even a level above serene, unless a leveling beneath crumbling, the game over counts as a level. If not, there's something above serene. Blissful maybe, or... I beg pardon for the intrusion, Your Grace, but I'm afraid I have bad news. Magic beasts are attacking people across the country. No one knows where they come from, but if the situation continues to develop as it has, it may pose a serious problem. Fortunately, there is good news as well. The Ambeth Travelers have offered their help to fight the monsters. I expect this would be a good opportunity to invite some guests from neighboring countries to join the hunt. Would you mind that? Ambeth Forest rises from a fecund area in the River Kingdoms full of stagnant marshes and low hills. A band of rangers called the Ambeth Travelers makes its home in the dense, marshy forest. The group maintains a number of camps throughout the forest, and they make the best guides in that area. Who are the Ambeth Travelers, and what would they ask for their help? Ambeth Forest is south of your domain. It's a dangerous place, swarming with wicked fae and other magical creatures. Ambeth Travelers are renowned for their mastery of eliminating such threats. They don't ask for much, compensation for traveling expenses, and the right to keep any trophies they hunt down. This seems a fair price to me. Whom will we invite for the hunt? We need to establish connections with our closest neighbors, Pitax and Maivon. I'll invite someone from King Aravetti's in a circle, as well as some Aldori's sword lords from Maivon. Why not invite Aravetti himself? He would most likely reply with a polite refusal. Once he stepped foot in your lands, he'd find himself at your mercy. Aravetti is a treacherous old fox, and he'd expect nothing but similar treachery from others. Aldori from Maivon? I thought sword lords were from Brevoy. Maivon is mostly controlled by the Aldori exiles. They descend from those who preferred to flee when Korl the Conqueror arrived in Restov with his dragons. I would advise against reminding them of that shameful story. How would you describe the relationships between Maivon and Pitax? Typical for the River Kingdoms, they have an armed-to-the-teeth truce with regular skirmishes along the border. They have many mutual issues, but they won't grab for their swords as soon as they see each other, especially not on neutral ground. Good idea. Invite the guests. I'll give the necessary orders immediately. Hunting lodge has been revealed. Hello? Varus the Wildfist. The half-orc bows diligently, trying to adhere to etiquette. Your Grace, I come bearing gifts, a sign of my gratitude for taking an old man into your service. With such weapons you can go on raids and protect your lands. Everything has been tempered in lamb blood, with proper prayers to all the proper gods. Everything is done with care for you personally. Breastplate. Anyway, it was amusing work, but I could give you something even more impressive. A weapon worthy of Gorham's Herald. But I'll need your help with something. Come by if you're interested. I have a specific request for you. The half-orc's face becomes serious. Well, what are we making? Armor? Weapons? Khalid style. Orc weapons and armor. Can you make something like that? Forget it. Make whatever your heart tells you to. Gladly. When a weapon or armor is made for a good fight, the work does itself. And I know many great fights await you. Thank you, Vrask.
Hunting together with foreign guests not only helped solve the problem of rapidly multiplying magical animals, it also improved our relationships with our neighbors. But little did we know that this innocent fun would be the start of a real catastrophe.
Uh-oh. I guess we're officially in Act 3 now. Wow, that's a nice breastplate. There is a barely visible holy symbol of Desna on this armor's shoulder pad. This +1 armor absorbed 10 points of positive and 10 points of negative energy damage per attack the wearer would normally take. It also grants the ability to cast Daze once per day. You're using full plate +1. Heart of Valor. Cast Daze once per day, +1 armor. Well, it's pretty cool. And that ancestral dwarven shield. Wow, look at this. Damage reduction of 2. So 8 to 13 with a 14 attack, or 11 to 26 with a 13 attack and less armor. I think we'll go with that for now. So Harem can use his ancient dwarven shield. Use some damage reduction. And if Jathal decides to go back to Sickle, +2 resistance on saving throws. Both its AC and saving throw increased by 2 against spells by good or lawful outsiders. She's unjust, so it would be good. So we're going to go back to our normal party. And we're gonna go on a hunt. Do I sell the breastplate of Afterlife? As well as the Chaos Shard? Possibly. But I'm going to save here. Call it an episode. Next one will be the big 4-0. Hope you are enjoying. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you are or not. And I'll see you in the next one as we go on a hunt. Seemingly Act 3 has officially started, the Season of Bloom. We'll go have an amusement and fight some unbelievable size, unrivaled ferocity, and unprecedented rapacity in their lairs, monsters. So pretty cool. Thanks for watching. Peace out.